something. That's it.
Yo, it's the one and only Lyse.
And it's your girl, Velz, a.k.a. Velly, if that's what you want to call me.
And together we are Loc'd in Sports. Yo, EP2.
EP2, welcome back to the show. We just wanted to start this show off, first of all, by saying thank you to all of the listeners who have showed us love on episode 1.
For sure.
We are getting some amazing feedback from you guys, and we just wanted to let y'all know that we appreciate it greatly. I mean, for the ones who have taken time out their busy schedule to even give us a listen, whether you listen for 2 minutes or the whole show, we appreciate y'all for real.
Nah, very, very appreciative, man. And like Vel said, the feedback that we have been getting has been great. I'm just really excited, and it makes me want to keep doing this thing and have y'all keep tuning in and listening to what we got to say, man. It's definitely been a blessing.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We can't say thank you enough. We appreciate y'all.
Like the sports game. But Vel, what's up?
So we back again, man. Episode 2. As you all know, the finals are over.
Man.
The finals are done.
My feelings is hurt right now.
And if y'all listen to episode 1, me and Shalise kind of made our final predictions. And I just want to say that my finals prediction was all the way on point.
I'm sick.
And if you all also know, Lyse put out a little friendly wager. You know, she wanted Nick and Sam's if the Celtics had won, and that was the bet that we made.
I remember the bet. Do you remember the bet?
Nick and Sam's.
Nick and Sam's.
So here we are. What's today's date? June 22nd, 2022, and I stand the winner. Which means she owes me. But since we're on the topic of the finals, let's go ahead and discuss that real quick. Man.
One thing. Hold on. Boston, you let me down. Ooh, you let me down. All right, go ahead. Let's talk about it.
I told you Golden State in 6. They had too much experience. They were too deep. Jason Tatum, man, even though he's a good player, he really just did not come to play consistently throughout these finals. Honestly, I thought that if the Celtics did win, it would have been Jaylen Brown as the finals MVP. But here we are. Golden State Warriors are champions again, 4 times within the last, 6 to 8 years?
Man, dynasty.
They are dynasty, and I can admit that. But, you know, I have some weird emotions about these finals because Golden State and I, you know, we got a little history with LeBron being my favorite player. And, you know, honestly, I'm not going to lie. Like, I didn't want them to win, but, you know, I'm a realist when it comes to this game of basketball, and I just knew that they would win. But like I said, I have weird emotions, and I can touch on that a little bit. It's almost like a bittersweet type of deal with me with Golden State winning the finals, okay? So the Celtics and the Lakers have this franchise competition of who has the most banners. Right now, they are tied at 17. Had the Celtics won this championship, right, the Celtics would have took the lead in that category. Okay, that's just to start it off. Now, I did not start off as a Laker fan. Again, you guys know that I'm a LeBron fan, and since LeBron took his talents to LA, that's the only reason I'm rooting for them. So I didn't want them to pass them in rings. I'm just going to be real, okay?
That's so you was using Golden State.
Well, I won't call it using.
You was riding on them coattails just because the Celtics was going to pass up the Lakers for the most championships. That's crazy.
Man, I won't call it using.
Come on, man.
It is what it is. I didn't want them to pass them in banners. Number 2, Marcus Smart had made a comment not too long ago. I believe it was in June or it was back in February. And he said that, you know, he was on JJ Redick's podcast.
Okay.
And he said that, you know, he quoted, and I quote, "We definitely thought we had a chance," Smart said. to this day, we still thought if we went to the championship instead of LeBron, notice he mentioned LeBron. LeBron and those guys, we definitely would have beat Golden State. Now, mind y'all, that was 2018 when the Golden State Warriors had KD, Klay Thompson, everybody was healthy. KD, Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and the others. He also said, pretty much that's what he said. He was just like, hey, if we would have went to the finals in 2018, we would have won. And I felt some kind of way about that. I'm like, okay, first of all, y'all couldn't even, LeBron them that year, I think was the 4th seed. The Celtics were the 2nd seed in the East, I believe, that year. Y'all couldn't even get past LeBron when he really didn't even have a squad like that. What makes you think, what in your mind make you think had y'all made it that year, y'all was going to beat the KD and Steph Warriors?
That was the 2017-2018 season?
Yes.
Let's run down a little bit about who was on that Boston Celtics team.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
And let's see if that makes sense of what Marcus Smart said. So, Kyrie Irving was on that squad. Al Horford was on that squad. Gordon Hayward, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Was he like a rookie? He was a rookie that year.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Terry Rozier, Marcus Morris, Shane Larkin. Oh, God. I mean, and Jaylen Brown.
Kyrie was hurt. Let's not mention that. Let's not forget to mention that Kyrie did not play that entire series. I don't even think he played any time during the playoffs that year.
Yeah, I think, okay, Marcus Smart was talking out his ass, unfortunately, with that comment. No, Marcus Smart, that team is not beating Golden State. I am sorry. Jason Tatum is a rookie that season. That he showed promise, but he was not there. And clearly he was not there this season. Hold on. I know we were talking about Golden State, Kavil, but you didn't let me rant about Boston real quick.
Go ahead and do your thing.
Jason Tatum. Jason freaking Tatum. What the hell? What the hell? You let me down. You let me down, Jason Tatum. I believed in you.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
I thought you were going to take the Boston to the promised land, and you fell mightily short. What game was that? Game 6 or was that game 5 that you didn't even score points in the second half? Do not text Mamba anymore. Okay, let Kobe rest. You're waking up the household. Vanessa trying to figure out Kobe's phone going off. Cause you
right. I didn't even think about that.
Bruh, don't text the late great Kobe Bryant anymore if you're gonna play like trash. Trash, Jason. Trash. That's not Mamba mentality. Real Mambas are not gonna go over in the second half of any finals game. You're not there yet. I hope you, and I'm bashing you, but I'm gonna leave you with a little bit of words of wisdom. I hope you take this moment of shame. It's very shameful. So take this moment of shame. In this offseason, work on your game. Figure out how you're going to be able to take that next step. Be able to take over for your team. I agree with Velz. Had y'all won, you would have not been Finals MVP. No, sir, you would not. I definitely give that trophy to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is the star of that team. You are Robin to his Batman until you prove otherwise. Sorry, it's real. Like the sports, we talk real.
Yeah.
So just say you're not a bad player. I think you're on your way. You're just not as good as you think you are. But that's not to say that one day that you may not be. You're gonna be great. But leave Kobe Bryant alone. Don't wake up that Bryant household with this foolishness. You went over. And I'm done. Continue.
So, yeah, with that being said, the Golden State Warriors are your champions for the 2021-2022 NBA season. They have reclaimed their throne. Speaking of weird emotions about this finals, a part of me wanted Golden State to stay on top.
Okay. Yeah.
As far as like this particular finals, I feel like they're the OGs. Like I felt like they kept the young bucks in their place. Like we've been here before. We've done this. Mm-hmm. We've experienced this.
Right. Y'all
ain't ready. And I was behind Golden State because y'all not ready for this. This is totally different. Marcus Smart. This is a different stage. Defensive Player of the Year. Like, you were not. I mean, I'm not gonna say that they weren't prepared, but this is a totally different ball game. The finals are totally.
The lights were too bright. Stage was too big.
Bright lights. Mm-hmm. Bright lights, man, and you got to perform under them lights.
Man,
feel me? And so that's another reason why I was kind of happy that the Warriors, won, is because,
humble them a little bit.
Yeah, humble them a little bit, but then also people would have been like, well, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown was able to beat the Warriors, but LeBron couldn't. I really just didn't feel like listening to that. But I'm not, and I'm really not just trying to keep bringing up LeBron, but he has a lot to do. He's always in the topic of conversation.
He's always in your topic of conversation.
No, he's in everybody's topic of conversation. So then I'm gonna come to his defense. Get it right.
See, okay? Look, they go that LeBron kicking in again.
But the Celtics just weren't ready, and if we're being honest, I just really don't see them getting back next year. Not to the finals. I think that they had their chance this year. Now,
the window's not closed.
I'm not saying the window is closed. I just said I don't see them getting back next year. But what do you feel about that?
I mean, like I said, I think this was a learning experience from everyone, mm-hmm. right? I think that whole Boston team, and one thing about the finals, right? I feel like once you reach those pinnacles, like you get that taste in your mouth, you want it, especially when you don't win them, right? Mm-hmm. You got that taste in your mouth, and it's like,
you want to get back?
Yeah, tastes good. Taste the air.
Tastes good. Air tastes different, huh?
So it's like, I feel like those guys had a potential. Like this team, clearly, this team has been rocking together for a long time.
They have.
So I think maybe again, I think they got all the pieces. I can't say they're a piece or two or nothing like that. I mean, if you want to add somebody, you can.
They need at least one more thing. I mean, because they need a point guard.
Yeah,
Marcus Smart is not a point guard.
He's not. Ooh.
They need a point guard.
You're right. They do need a point guard. I give you that. They probably do. But I'm saying they don't need no bona fide superstar. I think what they have is good.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, I'm not blaming this whole series on Jason Tatum, but the way old buddy was, going about things, you would think that he would have been ready for this. Young dude, still fresh in the game. He's going to learn from this. And I don't know if they're going to get back. I mean, if they keep that team together, it is possible. We could see Boston again in the finals next year. We possibly can. But it's the NBA. Things change from season to season. Yeah. You're not the only team that's going to get better. Right. Everybody in the East is going to get better. Everybody's in the West is going to get better. It's going to be moving players everywhere. I don't want to jump ahead.
Players coming back from injury.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, draft. I mean, trades, everything.
Yeah. I have high hopes for Boston. I'm definitely disappointed in Boston because I was really rooting for the young dudes. But, what can you do?
And then shout out to the head coach, Udoka, for getting to the NBA Finals his first season in Boston.
That's what's up. That needs to be recognized.
African-American man, African-American
that needs
head
to be
coach.
recognized. We
shout out to him.
We get flowers and claps around here. So
shout out to him. Hey, so speaking of next season.
Yes, ma'am.
What you think about the Warriors repeating next season? What are your thoughts on that?
They're not repeating. They're not repeating.
Do you think? Okay.
Sorry, that was real quick. They're not repeating next year. No, like I said.
And why do you think that?
Everybody's gonna get better. Everyone's gonna get better. Is the Warriors? They were a good squad. They was good all year. So I'm not hating. They're gonna be in the mix.
Of course.
But Memphis. If Memphis will be a little bit more mature. See, Memphis is not mature. They're not a mature team. They're a good team, but they're not a mature team. Right. See, mature teams win finals. You know what I'm saying? So,
but experience is the best teacher, though.
Of course.
And that series, I believe, against what was it? It wasn't the Western Conference Finals, was it? It was the semi. It was the semis. Had Ja not gotten hurt, who knows?
It could have been up.
Who knows what would have happened? I'm not going to say they would have won. I'm not going to say go to second loss. I'm just saying who knows what would have happened.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like Memphis is next.
Right.
I feel like them Grizzlies is next. I think you need to don't turn a blind eye to Memphis. I think Memphis put the league on notice this past season of what they're capable of doing. John's flourishing into being one of the elites. And he probably is an elite, bona fide superstar. He ain't.
I like Ja. I like Ja.
I'm getting off a topic here, but it kind of relates. I agree with Draymond Green though. John Morant shouldn't have won. What was that comeback?
Most improved. Nah, I didn't agree with that either.
Yeah, that was whack to give him that.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Definitely, honestly, Jordan Poole definitely gets my respect. I hate to admit it.
But Jordan Poole is he a rookie or is he?
No, but he's most improved.
No.
Oh.
Honestly, I don't think Josh should have got it.
No, Josh shouldn't have got it. That's what I'm saying. I feel like
Bane, to me.
Oh, Bane, yeah.
Because, Ja had pretended like he gave Bane the trophy, the MIP trophy. I think Bane should have gotten it because that man did his thing this past season.
I mean, I agree with you, but I kind of, I don't know. Jordan Poole, he earned my respect a little bit. Like, I was mad at him, dude. Like,
I like Poole, but I don't think he should have got most improved.
He shouldn't even clown my marriage the way he did, man. I'm kind of pissed off. That's why I'm like, who is this nigga, man? Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? but sorry. But like, yeah, Jordan Poole, salute. You did it, whatever.
So I said the same thing pretty much as you. I said so much can happen over the course of a season and an off season, as far as like the Warriors repeat next year.
Right.
And then I mentioned that, well, I feel like the Warriors aren't that unbeatable team like they used to be. I think the Warriors are human.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they are. Nobody's scared of the Warriors.
This year, I don't want to ruffle any feathers, and I'm not hating y'all. I promise you.
Say what you got to say, Bills.
But this playoff run for them was easy.
Wait a minute. Now, see, that's disrespectful.
It was an easy route. It really was.
It's a little disrespectful.
Because who did you face in the first round?
Who they play?
In the first round. Who was it? The Nuggets?
Denver. It was the Nuggets.
That's what I said. Okay, so the first round, they played Denver. That was an easy win. I mean, because Denver was... I just don't believe in Denver. They didn't have Jamal Murray still. They didn't have Michael Porter Jr. So that was an easy win for them. Second round, that was the Grizzlies.
Yeah, that was the Grizzlies.
The Memphis Golden State series. Mm-hmm. Third round, and Ja got hurt.
Right.
They went on to win.
Right.
Third round, Dallas Mavericks, which was the Western Conference Finals.
Right.
Dallas only has one superstar, even though the role players did play well in the playoffs. They only have one superstar, and that's Luka Doncic, and he couldn't do it all by himself.
That's true.
And then when you get to the finals, you got the Celtics, which, again, I made my finals prediction in episode 1. I just didn't believe the Celtics would beat the experienced Golden State Warriors with a healthy Klay, healthy Steph. I just didn't believe that they would beat them. But I just felt like they had an easy path. There were really no challenges. The only time I really saw a challenge was really against the Grizzlies. Whenever I saw them get beat by 50, then I was like, okay, we got something. We may have something, but they went on to take care of them, which they should have. They took care of them and they moved on. I felt like it was an easy path. A lot of you guys that are listening may not agree with that. And that's what this show is for. Mm-hmm. It's a debate show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We are allowed to have our own opinions. Yeah. And I'm not bashing Golden State at all by any means. They are a great team. Their dynasty is cemented. Yeah. But I just feel like it was an easy path. But like I said, next year I don't see them repeating. Like I already mentioned, a lot of things can happen over the course of an off season and a regular season, like during the season.
That's true.
Just to bring up the Lakers, they have plenty of work to do. I do agree with that. One of my friends mentioned this on Twitter, a longtime friend of mine. He's a Warriors fan, I guess. But he mentioned that the Lakers have a lot of work to do, which they do, and I agree with that.
They do.
But year 20 for Bron is coming. I feel like he's getting prepared for that. I feel like he's going to be on another level. And I'm hearing some rumblings about different players. We'll talk about that later. But I'm hearing some rumblings about players connected to the Lakers. And then, not to mention, again, the players who were injured that will be back next season. The Western Conference is going to be tough next year.
It is.
It's going to be tough. The draft is tomorrow. Players are going to get drafted. Their dreams are going to come true about getting drafted to the teams, getting drafted to the NBA. But it's not even about the draft to me. It's about the trades and different things that are going to go on tomorrow. And then for the rest of the summer, pretty much. I do give Golden State a chance to repeat next year.
They always got a chance.
Always. But I just don't see them repeating. If I had to put my money on it, if I had to put my money on Golden State winning the championship again next year and repeating as champions, I wouldn't.
You would.
I would bet against them.
You would bet against them.
I would bet
you
against them.
You wouldn't even put a dollar on Bet Online.
Nah, man. Damn! I would definitely bet against Golden State. Okay. But congratulations to them. Mm-hmm. A champion is a champion. Right. A championship is a championship, no matter how much someone tries to diminish how they won or where they won. It's a championship. And they won. And not to mention, your boy Steph Curry finally got that long-awaited MVP Finals trophy.
Man, let's talk about that, though. But let's clap it up. Let's clap
it up for Steph. No, for real. Congrats, Steph. Hey, because you deserve it. Like, and he hooped. No. Steph hooped. I'm not taking nothing away from Steph. Right. But it was some people creeping up on him for that Finals MVP trophy.
Right. Like, okay. So we gave... Okay, if I didn't, let's give Steph flowers.
No, for real. Congrats, Steph. Seriously. Congrats, man.
Because you got robbed out of your Finals MVP
in
trophy.
2015.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, congrats. Now you got robbed and you also did some robbing. Huh? You was a thief of the night. Because Andrew Wiggins, people, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, deserves to be Finals MVP. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, right? Andrew Wiggins deserves to be MVP. I just saw Andrew Wiggins. If he grew up in this playoff series,
he really did.
Like he became a boy to a man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? In this playoffs, 2020-2022,
2021-2022, right?
He actually grew, and I've never seen Andrew Wiggins play the way he did.
Man, he hooped.
And I'm sorry, Andrew Wiggins. I feel like, I won't just jump out the window and just be overzealous like that. Or maybe I should. He kind of. I ain't gonna say he carried y'all, but he lended a helping hand.
Yeah, he definitely did. But
he ain't put y'all on the back, but he sure did help y'all up the stairs. You know what I'm saying?
He did.
And that's my humble opinion because, Steph did his thing because Steph was out there dropping 30 bombs and stuff like that. But it was a lot of games, Steph. I didn't see Steph. It was a lot of games. Steph Curry, where are you?
I believe whenever he had that 40-point plus game, I believe that cemented it. And then the very last game, he did his thing. Yeah. Game 6. He won that Finals MVP trophy in Game 6, to me, in my opinion.
Yeah, but so...
And even if he didn't perform well in Game 6, and they still had won the game, I feel like they were still going to give Steph the MVP Finals trophy.
Of course.
By default.
Of course.
Because he didn't have one prior to this season. Right. They got to give it to him.
It's not a gotta. See, that's the thing. It's not a gotta.
He earned it. Don't get me wrong, folks. He did earn it. I'm just saying, like, had he not performed in Game 6 and had he not had that 40-point performance, I still think they would have gave it to him by default. If he just would have did like a decent job.
But that's not fair, though. See, it's not fair. It's participation trophies, folks. I don't give out participation trophies. You don't get a trophy because you showed up. You know what I'm saying? I honestly think Andrew Wiggins got robbed. Andrew Wiggins should have got Finals MVP because, and trust me, he torched the Mavericks. So it's not like I'm D-riding Andrew Wiggins because he's my favorite player. Right. No, he embarrassed the hell out of us. But
I felt like
he deserved it. Like, he played a complete game. That man was playing defense. He was blocking shots. He was getting steals. He was getting dunks. He was getting shots. He was scoring. He was scoring. You know what I mean? Like, he played a complete basketball game. And I get it. It's Steph Curry. We gotta,
It's Steph, man. And I honestly...
But that's not right.
If you were to ask me, do you think that Steph Curry dominated the entire playoff run of this season?
You're going to say no.
I'm going to say no. He did not.
Then you don't deserve Finals MVP.
Steph, to me, still was kind of underwhelming. But he did have enough performances to win that MVP Finals trophy. And I'm giving him his flowers. Stephen is an amazing player. Stephen Wardell Curry is an amazing player, and shout out to him again. He did his thing. And you know what? While we're on the subject of Steph, let's talk about where we feel like he ranks all time.
Oh, God.
And we talking about NBA history.
Oh, NBA history.
All time.
All time.
NBA history.
Okay.
So let me just throw some stuff out there about Steph, okay? Stephen Curry is the 51st player on the all-time scoring list. He's 51st on the list. Stephen Curry is a 4-time champ, 1-time Finals MVP getter. Stephen Curry is a 2-time league MVP, which he was unanimous MVP his second time he got it. Okay? Got the MVP trophy. Stephen has the most three-pointers made in NBA history, 3,117 and counting. Stephen Wardell Curry is the best shooter I have ever seen. Seen. Since I've started watching the NBA, from guys who played before him.
Yes. He is the greatest shooter.
He is the greatest shooter that we have ever seen. Stephen Curry is in front of Ray Allen. Behind Ray Allen is James Harden. Behind James Harden is Reggie Miller. And the night that Steph...
and I just can't stand James Harden. Go ahead.
The night that Steph, finally... which was this past season. When he got first time, all-time three-point made, Reggie Miller was there. Ray Allen was there to give him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? Passing the torch to him. Steph is the best shooter we have ever seen. And I want y'all to hear me say this. I am giving Steph his flowers because to me, greatness is greatness. And I'm getting to the point in my life to where when I watch sports, especially the NBA, I just want to see greatness.
Right.
And that's another reason why I was kind of happy to Golden State won. I mean, because they're great.
They are.
And this could be a part of an argument that kind of, I feel like Jordan didn't play a team as great as the Golden State Warriors, but that's another conversation for another day. Steph is great, but do I have him top 10 all time? I'm not sure, folks. I don't know. And this is Velz talking. Like, I don't know if I have him top 10. I gave out all of his accolades, which not all of them, because he also
with that one,
he also this past year won the MVP during he won the MVP during the All-Star game. He got MVP of the All-Star game this past year. Steph to me is not top 10. We've seen too many greats, and I'm talking about greats who have won. I'm not just talking about greats in general. I'm talking about greats who have won championships. To me, Steph is top 15. And in my opinion, I don't even think that's a knock on Steph.
It's not. That's
not a knock on Steph. In my opinion, he's top 15. Now, I know some people personally who have Steph goated. They say that Stephen Curry is the GOAT of the NBA, period, like all time.
Over like people, Michael Jordan?
Some people have Steph in top 10. Some people have Steph top 5. Some people have Steph in their Mount Rushmore. And you are obligated to your own opinion. But in my opinion, Steph is top 15. Now, he got the best shooter of all time sold up.
Right.
That's sold up.
Right, I agree.
But in my opinion, Steph is top 15. He is not top 10 yet. Not yet, but he close. Maybe he's like 11.
Okay, he's on the cusp.
Maybe Steph is 11
he's a
in
cusp,
my book.
Baby.
He's 11 in my book. But he's there. He's there. I'm not just saying Steph is not sorry, obviously. We know that. No. Steph is a great. We know that. But as far as top 10, top 15, I will give him 11.
So, okay. What are we basing our stats on? Like, what are we basing this on? Like, because Steph Curry single-handedly has changed this, changed the NBA.
Yeah, he
right?
has. He's changed the game.
Yeah.
Basketball.
He definitely changed the game of basketball. You got everybody thinking they can pull up from half court. No, please, some of y'all need to go. Hold on. Some of y'all need to go stand on that box. Everybody don't need to be pulling up from half court.
Right.
You 7'3". I don't need you pulling up from half court. Go get on that box, please.
Right.
I miss some of that though. I miss some of that NBA. But Steph Curry has single-handedly changed the way basketball has been played. Mm-hmm. He don't shoot 3-pointers. That man shoots 5-pointers.
Yeah, he do.
So when you talk about the greatest and you're goated,
not to mention his handle and how he's able to get to the rim. And
he gets to the cup. He gets to the cup.
Yeah.
That alone, though, when you actually change a sport, you change how a game is played, already kind of push you in a solidified spot. Like, I have to goat you. I have to stamp you as a GOAT. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because you literally have changed the game and how it was played.
Right.
Is he better than Jordan? Hell no. No, I'm not.
Is he better than
who? LeBron?
Yeah.
Nah, he's not better than LeBron.
Okay.
He's not better than LeBron. And
man, those are top two that are always debated as the best players.
Because he's not better than LeBron because LeBron is just different. LeBron is doing things. He's a big ass dude. Like, he's big.
He's 6'8".
You know what I'm saying? And he's young Bron. I'm talking about Bron. Like, Bron's not. We know Bron is not in his prime anymore. We're not gonna be naive, right?
Yeah, he may play like.
Yeah, but he's not in his prime. He's on the downside.
He is
now. But Bron in his prime, you're not stopping Freight Train Bron. I already call him Freight Train Bron because when he coming down that paint, you better move. Right. You're gonna get ran the F over. You know what I mean?
So he's not better than Mike. He's not better than Bron.
He's not better than Kobe.
He ain't better than Kobe?
He's not better than Kobe. We're not doing that.
I'm not saying he is. I'm not
saying we're not doing that. So that's already 3, right? He's not better than Mike. He's not better than Brian. He's not better than Kobe.
What about Shaq? Which Shaq he couldn't shoot free throws, but he was so dominant.
Yeah, you're not beating Shaq. You're not hey, peon, move. Like, you're not gonna beat Shaq down there on the box, bro. Like, you're not.
What about?
But it's
go down the list.
It's so weird with these lists. I know. Kareem, I hate Tim Duncan's game. Tim Duncan has a boring basketball.
Magic Johnson. I mean, it's so many people.
So you know what I hate about these lists, Velz? Like, what I really hate about these lists is because you got you're comparing people in these different positions,
right? In different eras of basketball.
In different eras, but in different positions. It's hard for me to compare a point guard to a center.
Right.
It's hard for me to compare a shooting guard to a forward. Like, because y'all do different things.
But I think those lists are more so. What kind of effect
do they have on the game?
Yeah, that they have on the game.
Okay,
it's not about positions. It's talking about effect on the game. It's talking about their numbers that they put up.
Right.
Numbers are numbers. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So, where is he?
Oh, man. Damn. I mean, you talking about Magic, man. You talking about Bird, man. You talking about... you talking about all those guys. I'm gonna put a little bit more respect on Steph's name, man.
Put some respect on my name.
So now you coming to your senses.
I'm changing it.
Coming to your senses a little bit.
I'm changing.
He in the top 10.
He's top 10.
He's top 10. I don't know exactly the number, but he's top 10.
Steph is top 10.
He's top 10.
Okay?
He's top 10.
Let's just put that out there.
He's top 10.
If you are the greatest shooter we have ever seen, you're up there. I don't care if you don't have.
And he got 4 rings.
You got 4 championships. You got 1 Finals MVP. You are top 10, so I'm giving Steph that.
He's top 10.
I'm not, like you said, I'm not going to put no number on it.
Yeah, I don't know where he fall.
But Steph
he
is
ain't
top 10.
one of the 2.
Steph is top 10.
But he's top 10. He ain't one of the 2. But
and we're allowed to change our opinions on this show, just in case you didn't know.
It's a very open-minded. Nah, but seriously, he's top 10. I don't know where I'm going to put him, but he's top 10.
Yeah.
But that brings us to another conversation too, though, right? You know, is Steph Curry a point guard? Do you consider Steph Curry being a point guard?
I think he can play the 1 to 2. I do consider him a point guard.
But he's not a true point guard, though.
And that's why Draymond gets them in most of their sets. Draymond is like a point forward. So to answer your question, I guess not.
Yeah, I don't consider.
But he's still
he's a guard.
He's a heck of a player, though.
He is.
That's all I know.
He is. I'm not hating on Steph Curry because I actually like the guy. I like his whole little family dynamic.
I like Steph too.
I like the Currys. You know, I like all the Currys and shit.
But it's always a bit of bitter inside of me because of the history.
Bitter.
I'm not bitter. I'm just saying like it's always gonna be what's the word I'm looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the history that their team, the Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers have, it's always going to be deep down inside of me like, I don't want them to win, period, because that's just a fan in me. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm a realist. And also, like I said, I'm realizing greatness. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I love to watch greatness now, just like before Kobe had retired, before he passed. Man. Rest in peace.
Yeah. All right.
Before Kobe retired, that's when I really finally started to respect him because I'm like, man, this man is a hard worker.
Talking about Kobe?
Yes. Yeah. He loves the game of basketball. Yeah. Why do I hate him like I do?
Because he's a winner.
Like, and I'm talking about when he was alive. I'm talking about before he retired.
Of course.
I'm just was like, because I remember the days of him playing for LA and LeBron playing for Miami. And it was always the Kobe versus LeBron and this and that. And I really do hate that they did not get to meet up in the finals. But I started to respect Kobe as I already knew he was great, but I started to appreciate, I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. I started to appreciate Kobe more before he retired. Right. And so that's what I'm watching these playoffs. I'm watching NBA basketball now with an open mind. Yeah. Not just because I'm a LeBron fan and I just want you to lose. I'm watching because I feel like, me personally, this is the greatest era of NBA basketball we have ever witnessed. And that's just my personal opinion. Again, you may disagree, but we are seeing things that have never been done before. We are seeing records being broken. We are seeing players that we never thought we would see. We saw Steph go up to number 1 on all-time three-pointers made list. Like, we've seen so much in this era of basketball. I guess you could say from maybe 2005, 2006 till now. I just feel like this has been the best NBA we've ever witnessed. It's been the best.
It's a hell of an era. It's a hell of an era. I'm not going to go out there and jump out the window and say it's the greatest era of basketball. Mm-hmm. But I respect that because it is a lot of good basketball. It's different. It's changed. Mm-hmm. I remember just seeing Steph coming. I was in college when I seen Steph coming. You know what I mean? That's when that mofo went for 15. Was that in the Garden?
Yeah, I remember.
He hit 15 threes in the Garden.
Didn't he go for 50 that game?
Man, he had 15 threes. You better have 50 points.
Man, I remember that.
I remember, I said, who the hell is this guy here coming?
Yeah, I remember.
I remember that. I'm like, yo, I said, whoa. I knew, I was like, all right, you gotta watch out for this light-skinned motherfucker.
Even him playing at Davidson, I watched a few games.
I didn't know that dude in Davidson.
And he was a good player then, and prior to his ankle injuries, he was making noise. I remember when
he had bad ankles.
He did. He had to have surgery, I believe, on his ankles. But look at him now.
He's great, man.
Look at him now.
He's great.
That's almost like one of the definitions of being locked in. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
No matter if you get knocked down, you got to get back up. You got to be focused and locked in on your goal. And Steph has proven himself. He has not. To me, I'm not gonna lie. In my opinion, he has nothing left to prove.
No,
Steph has nothing left to prove.
He's good. If he retired today, he's good.
Steph has nothing left to prove.
He's going up into the Hall of Fame.
Yep. He is a Hall of Famer.
They're retiring his jersey. Yep. He's getting a statue.
Yep.
He's good.
I don't know about the statue.
He's getting a statue.
I don't know about the statue.
You sick.
We'll see. We'll see about the statue.
Steph is getting. I'm talking about in front of. They ain't at the Oracle no more.
Chase Center.
He's getting a statue in front of Chase Center, like my boy Dirt.
Right. So, but hey, we just wanted to give Steph his flowers.
Yeah,
and talk about Steph a little bit. We're gonna move on. Let's talk about their head coach real quick.
Big Kerr.
Let's talk about Steve Kerr.
Big Kerr.
Steve Kerr, man. Steve Kerr is the head coach of the Golden State Warriors. He also played with Jordan.
Yeah.
He played in San Antonio.
Yep.
This man, after this year, after the ring they just won, this man has 9 championship rings. Talk about a life lived. What?
We gotta clap it up for Steve Kerr.
Good job, Steve.
We gotta clap it up for Steve Kerr.
Steve Douglas Kerr found that out
Come on, Douglas.
earlier. So he won. So let's just give him the rundown real quick.
Go ahead.
Steve Kerr won in 96 with the Bulls. He won in 97. He won in 98. He won in 99. In 2003, he won with the Spurs. Okay. As a coach in 2015, 2017, 2018, and this current year, 2022, he won. Mm-hmm. This man is a 5-time champion as a player, a 4-time champion as a coach. Mm-hmm. He got NBA Coach of the Year in 2016. He's a 2-time NBA All-Star Game head coach. He was the coach in 2015. He was coach in 2017. I just kind of wanted to give Steve his flowers, man. Because, sometimes coaches can get lost in the sauce when it comes to these superstar players.
Yeah.
But Steve Kerr quietly he's a great coach. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to give it to him.
He is.
Now, he did inherit this Golden State team.
Thank you.
I really do believe that Mark Jackson probably could have been doing the same thing. I'm not talking about the previous rings as a player. I'm talking about as a coach. Mm-hmm. I think he could have coached this team up to the same success.
I believe.
But Steve Kerr, gotta give you your flowers, man. You are awesome. You know what I'm saying? And Steve Kerr is very fiery. I love a fiery coach. I love a coach that don't mind getting a tech. You know what I'm saying? When they're looking out and taking up for their players. You know what I'm saying? But Steve Kerr is that guy. I just wanted to kind of mention him and give him his flowers.
Oh, yeah, no. Steve Kerr is a hell of a coach. And, man, 9 rings?
9.
As
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Man, I mean, he only got one more finger left.
Man, that's so crazy.
Look, he iced up.
Because Brady got 7, right?
Yeah.
They don't even talk about
Big
Steve
time.
Kerr having 9 rings like that.
And they should, though. And they should. Like, that's not an easy feat.
It's not.
Like, you don't come across somebody and say, yeah, I won 9 championships, a player and a coach. That's
right.
a testament kind of person that you are.
Right.
So, yeah, no, shouts out to Steve Kerr. Definitely does his thing. Mm-hmm. Hell of a coach. I don't think I got nothing else for him. Like, that's...
Good job, Steve. Good job. Okay, so we're going to stay on the NBA, man.
I mean, the NBA's fun. There's a lot going on.
The draft is tomorrow.
Yep.
I really don't want to touch on the draft, but, what I really wanted to say about that is I'm just going to be happy for the guys who get picked. I know Banchero is top. Chet Holmgren, he's a top 3 player. Some guy, his last name is Smith. These young guys, their dreams are going to come true tomorrow, and I'm excited about them. But with the draft comes rumors. Mm-hmm. Trades. Mm-hmm. Signing trades and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And it's been some rumblings.
Uh-oh. Shout out to them rumblings. Them rumblings.
There's been some rumblings going on, y'all. Kyrie Irving.
Uh-oh.
Kyrie, this past season was a little different for him. He decided not to get vaccinated and kept him out most of the season. They finally allowed him to play in home games like towards the end of the season. They made the playoffs, but they did get swept by the Boston Celtics. And Kyrie it was just a weird season, man. He was in and out. Even when he could play, like he was taking breaks. I don't know what was up with Kyrie. But I'm hearing rumblings about him and the Nets being in an impasse, which means a standstill, halts, with contract talks, extensions. Mm-hmm. I'm also hearing that the Nets really don't want to give him that extension. Mm-hmm. And I'm seeing that Kyrie is trying to use different things as leverage. For instance, I've heard rumors about Kyrie being linked with the Lakers. And not only the Lakers, the Knicks. He's been linked with the Knicks.
I heard that one.
And he's also been linked with the Clippers. But they said that the Lakers are the biggest threat right now to land Kyrie if he were to decide to take less and move on from the Nets. When I tell you, if Kyrie Irving ends up with the Lakers playing with LeBron James for a second time, you ain't going to be able to tell me nothing. I'm going to just let y'all know that now.
I know. That'll be the worst thing that could ever
loved
happen.
When Kyrie and LeBron played together. To me, they're one of the top duos ever to play in this game. they played well together, and we know what happened. You know, Kyrie kind of wanted to have his own team, so he moved on to Boston. After Boston, he moved on to the Nets. You know, we know what happened with Kyrie in the past, but what's in the past is in the past. Kyrie, I'm gonna let you know now, coming from me, coming from coming from Velz, I would love for you and LeBron to play together. I'm also hearing that Kyrie had some recent contact with LeBron James to discuss the potential reunion. When you start hearing contact especially between LeBron and Kyrie, you know how it was between Brian and Kyrie.
It was a little sticky.
Man, look.
It was a little sticky.
Man, say.
It was a little.
I would love for Kyrie to come back to LA. Now, do I want to get rid of Russ? No, I really don't, because I love me some Russ. I really do, and I really want them to have the chance to run it back in LA this upcoming season. But if we can get Kyrie healthy, and then AD come back healthy and stay healthy.
Nah, it ain't happening.
With year 20 Brian about to pass Kareem and he's still playing at a high level, surrounding them with the role players they need to be surrounded with. Oh my gosh. Bruh, I'm excited. Like, this is the part about off season, like during the summer, that I just love, because so much can happen. So much can happen.
Bro,
what you think about that?
I mean, that sounds great for LA. I think that sounds great for the Lakers if they're able to pull that off. Y'all don't need Russ. I said that last time. Y'all don't need Russ. Russ don't fit in. He just doesn't. He does not fit in. I mean, he fits into the LA lifestyle. He's from there. So, all of that, the glitz and glamour. But as far as a teammate, nah. LA is not the kind of team for Russ. Russ, is, like I said, is a ball-dominant player. He needs the ball in his hands to be effective. Kyrie, that's scary hours. I think that is scary hours, because now hopefully you're getting a more mature Kyrie.
Right. More mature. That's a key word.
But Kyrie's also kind of like a small head case. Like, he's not.
He is.
I mean, so again, and this is what we had said, like, if the Nets is indifferent of trying to extend him, y'all should kind of scratch your heads and rub y'all chins as to why. Of course. Like, are we sure we want to take on this risk?
I'm not saying it's a done deal. I'm just saying the idea of it sounds good.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
But again, it's Kyrie. We don't know which Kyrie's going to show up today. Is the Kyrie that thinks the earth is flat? Or is it the Kyrie that wants to play some goddamn basketball? I don't know.
Right.
Honestly, are we going to get Dr. Sabi?
Now, why am I in it?
Or are we going to get Kyrie? I don't know today. I don't know.
I think that, like you said, Kyrie is a little bit more mature. Now, yes, he has had issues in the past with the Celtics and with the Nets currently. Mm-hmm. But I feel like him coming back, reuniting with Brian and AD in LA, for one, and him being motivated to win again, I just think it'll be a little different. But again, you can't trust Kyrie as far as you can throw him. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing about him. But I would love that reunion. That's all I would love.
I feel it.
I would love it.
No, I feel it.
I would definitely be welcoming to him coming back, or to him and Brian.
Of course. I'm not going to turn down a Kyrie Irving. You know, so I'm going to talk to him and figure out, okay, what we doing here? Like, is this going to be a waste? Mm-hmm. Are you wanting to win? Like, I'm not going to just open my arms like, Kyrie, please,
of course not. Like,
talk to me.
I'm going to be skeptical. It's almost like, that kid who lives with their mom, their single parent mom, and, daddy is like, hey, I'm going to come get you this weekend, and they never show up. It's almost like that. You really can't just trust it. Like, you gotta see something happen.
You gotta put your toe in the water.
Yeah,
you don't want to jump in the pool. You just want to put that toe in there and see how cold it is.
Right. So
ask questions. Like, not for you. Like if him and Bron are tampering,
they're not tampering.
If Bron and Kyrie are tampering,
that's not considered tampering. It's the summertime. They can talk. They got each other numbers.
Look. Let's ruffle them feathers. If Kyrie and Bron, like I said, tampering. Let's ask real questions. Let's ask, dude, are you serious about this? Are you wanting to win? Do you have that championship desire? Do you want to win another ring?
Right.
Because are you going to want to come show up every day? Mm-hmm. Or are you going to
every day?
You know what I'm saying? Or are you going to be on some Zen shit and which nothing's wrong with that. It's cool to zen out.
Protect your peace.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you have a job to do. You're a multimillionaire. Show up.
You really are.
I'll show up for less.
Right. Same.
I'll show up for less. So my thing is like, before I even start going down that route and that road, find out what kind of player you're about to get in return. Before you start breaking up your team and sending players here and there, again, I do agree that Russ needs to go. I do not think Russ needs to be with the Lakers.
Man,
but
I like Russ, bro.
I like Russ. I like Russell.
I don't want Russ to go, bro.
I like Russ. That's the thing. I like Russ, and I don't want to see his career go down the toilet because he's playing with LA. It ain't gonna go down the toilet
if they win. If they win that ring, it's gonna definitely be fine.
I mean, that's fine, but I do not see the Lakers winning with that team. Okay. I don't.
That's fine. And that's fair. That's fair, but nothing has happened. Nobody's moved. All I know is right now, Kendrick Nunn, he opted into his contract, so he'll be back next year, which he didn't play all last season. So that's a positive. That's moving in the right direction for me. I'm not trying
to get you all riled up, Vel. I'm just saying.
No, I know. I'm just saying that's a positive for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we shall see.
We shall see.
Let's talk about your Dallas Mavericks, man.
Yo, the Mavericks. Okay, so as you may or may not know, the Dallas Mavericks, when I said last episode that we needed a big man, we got our big man, but not the big man. And I feel like we need another big man, but we're well on our way. I'm talking about the Dallas Mavericks. We did trade for Christian Wood out of Houston Rockets. So I'm very excited about that. Christian Wood can potentially give us, he did. He averaged a double-double. I think he'll be a good...
He'll be great.
Oh, man. Athletic.
It's a good addition.
Jump out the gym. Him and Luka, man, if him and Luka get to work by August, man, we be ready by the time that October start time, man. So it's just like, I'm really excited about that. We gave up nothing for him.
So you call him Boban nothing?
Boban, come on. All right, man. Boban didn't even play. No, I'm sad about giving up Boban. Everybody likes Boban. Yeah. I like Boban.
I mess with Boban, man.
So, but honestly, we really didn't have to give up anything for Christian Wood. So we're going to see how that plays out. Like I said, I don't want to spend too much time because I'm really waiting for that big old big splash. Fish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, Bradley Beal, I see you. I'm just saying. I'm waiting for that.
You can wish, you can dream.
You know, it may. Come on, because...
You can hope.
That makes me think. Knicks, the New York Knicks. Hold on, man. The Knicks, what the hell, Knicks? What the hell, you conniving, scandalous, pathetic organization, you. I don't want to curse you out, so I'm really... Because I want kids to listen to this podcast. How freaking dare you, New York? You're gonna hire Jalen Brunson's daddy? Really? You're gonna hire his daddy on the coaching staff? Are you that desperate? It's cool. Guess what? We can match. Now, here's the thing, New York Knicks. If you do take Jalen Brunson, which... I feel like it could go either way. You probably could because you did such a low down dirty move. You go hire this man's father. What the hell, New York? Wake up, New York. Looking at it. So you go and hire this man's daddy, right? And you're going to try to clear up $25 million in cap space. Oh, you're really going after my guy, aren't you?
Yeah, they trying to get him.
He's a restricted free agent. We can match. You're not going to be able to outbid us. But keep trying. And matter of fact, if Bradley Beal says, yeah, I'm coming to Dallas, well, Jalen Brunson, thank you for your time.
You stupid.
You may take your talents to the Madison Square Gardens. The Mecca. Ain't that what y'all New Yorkers say? The Mecca?
The Mecca.
So, yeah, that's fine. But the audacity... it's the audacity for me. You hired a man's daddy? Hey, pull out the stops then. Go get your guy. But understand who you're dealing with. You're dealing with a technical tycoon in a Mark Cuban. And everything's greater and everything's bigger in Texas. Don't forget that. So, may the best team win the bid on Jalen Brunson.
Nah, it's looking up for a lot of different teams next season. I'm excited. I'm gonna watch a little bit of the draft tomorrow, whatever I can catch. But I'm excited, man, about the 2022-2023 season. It's gonna be very interesting. So, we can stay on the NBA all day, but we're gonna go ahead and
one thing. Well, before we before we move on, one thing I do want to say, my boy Chris Paul going outside.
Okay. Chris Paul, let's talk about CP3.
He going outside. No, he going outside, Bill. All right, in case y'all didn't hear, Chris Paul decided to say yesterday, and I quote, "All I'm saying is we had the best record in the league by 8 games. And then one small series and our season is over. How is that good for the NBA?" What you trying to say, Chris? What are you saying here?
Chris sounds hurt, man. He sounds like his time is running out. That's what it sounds like to me. Because why would you say that?
You're the point guard.
Come on,
You're
Chris.
the point guard. And we throwing flowers at your feet?
I think those are just frustrations from him.
Well, be quiet.
Losing, again, not making it back to the finals. I just think that especially the way they went out, Dallas beat them. And so, I think he's just hurt. I think he's frustrated. I think he's in his thoughts. He probably somewhere in Belize or something and had one too many, and he said that and he shouldn't have. And I just think that's what it is. Chris Paul.
What is he insinuating here, though?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't even get what he's trying to say. It's like, Chris, you know how this works.
Right. Like, you've been
you playing us. It don't matter what your record look like. Just like the 73-9 Golden State Warriors, right?
Or the 62-something Mavs, and we lost in the first round. Fucking Golden State.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's almost like the Warriors saying that you're like, man, what a waste. Which it was a waste.
Yeah.
But Chris, you know how this works, bro. You've been in the league forever now at this point. You win, you win. If you lose, you're going home, period. There is no sympathy. Nobody shows you sympathy for that.
Nah.
They recognize y'all all year as one of the better teams in the NBA.
Yeah.
They gave y'all your flowers. The Suns this, the Suns that.
Right.
You got to perform when them lights is on in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So what do you say? Like, I'm confused at what Chris is saying.
It's crazy.
I'm really confused. I don't know.
And I expected more out of Chris.
Me too. I didn't expect that.
Like, I expect Chris to be going on there and try to figure out what can he do next season to get him back in that spot to finally get to the mountaintop, not crying. Like, you're crying, dude.
Yeah.
And the fact that you said one small series, please don't diminish what the Mavericks did to you, bruh. Please don't do that.
One small series.
No,
Chris, it's called the playoffs.
It's the playoffs, bro.
No series is too small or too great. It's called the playoffs.
And you got your ass handed to you. So while you getting your ass handed to you, take your ass handing like a man. What are you asking us here? How is that good for the NBA? What you mean? It's great for the NBA. It's the dramatics of the NBA.
That quote confuses me.
You was the number one team in the West. And you lost to the Mavericks. And what I'm saying is, my boys weren't even supposed to be there. Nobody had the Mavericks winning. You lost. So for you to come on here or whatever you was at, and you decide, I don't know, you was smoking some of that good Phoenix Zaza, but for you to say this is very disappointing. And I'm very disappointed in you because I do hold you as a regard of one of the greatest point guards that ever played this game.
Right.
And as a great, nobody ever makes excuses or be crying out loud. Talk to your family about that, bro. Play some dominoes, play some spades, drink a little Hennessy, and then tell your people. Don't ever put that out. Don't ever put that out into the public like that, bro. You're better than that.
No,
you're definitely better than that.
I agree.
So I don't know what that was about. Get your mental health checked out and be ready to go in October. But don't ever let nobody see you down and out like that and you making excuses. How's that good for the NBA, bro? You lost. You lost. That's it. And
Your
that's
team
it.
lost. And you are. And I think it was because
Mm-hmm.
he didn't come to play as well in the series. Not like he should have.
No, because Father Time is definitely on Buddy's side.
Is it on his side or
it's
against?
Oh, well, it's against. I'm sorry. It's not on his side.
Yeah.
Father Time is against. And the game is getting faster. And the players are getting younger. Yeah, and Chris Paul is getting older. You got exposed by the Pelicans. And that's how we knew how to play you. If we play you or give you a full court press, you're rattled. That's age, buddy. I'm not saying retire because I think you still got enough in you. And at the end of the day, if you wasn't playing against my Mavericks, I would have been cheering for you to go ahead and win the championship. I want to see Chris Paul get a ring, but unfortunately, Chris Paul, here's the reality.
It's not looking like it.
Here's the reality. And I hate to say this, here's the reality. You're just one of those ones that's going to be great. You can go down as a Hall of Famer that doesn't get the ring. You're not going to get the ring.
That's a harsh reality.
It's hard. It's a tough pill to swallow, but you didn't do it last year. You couldn't get it done this year. You're 37 years old. You may be a starter for another year, maybe 2. But at the end of the day, I think where you are is where you are. You're not going to get any better. You don't get better. You don't, at that age, you don't get better. You try to find ways to stay alive. You know what I mean? You've reached your ceiling, unfortunately. And I think you're just going to go out like a Carmelo. You're going to go out like a Karl Malone. You're going to go out like a Dan Marino.
Charles Barkley.
You're going to go out like a Charles Barkley. And that's okay. You're still going to get that Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
You're just not going to get that ring. Unfortunately, Chris, you're still the point guard. You're still the point guard. I'm not taking nothing from you. But please, don't make those kind of comments in public, man. You're crying out loud. Your skirt is showing. Don't do that. And we can move on.
Yeah, so anyway, NBA got plenty of things that we can talk about and touch on, but let's go ahead and talk about this update on BG.
Yeah, man. The update on BG, man. Here's the thing. We want to keep putting out awareness, man, to Brittany Griner is home. And that's how we're going to just pretty much wrap this up. We just want to keep putting awareness out there. Brittany Griner still have been locked up since February. She's still not home.
Yeah.
A report came out that they're even tagging on an extra, an extra 10 days?
Yeah.
Or something like that. I can't remember.
No, she's going to be in there through, I believe, July 10th or something
like
that.
So, again, we just want Brittany Griner home, man.
Bring her home. And from, I saw something on the internet that said that they are not holding Brittany hostage. So.
Well, then what do you call it then? Because if you're being detained since February, it's now June, and we're about to go into another month, July, and she hasn't appeared in front of any judges. Of course, I don't know how it works in Russia.
Me either.
Ignorant me. I don't know how the court works. But I would think you would have seen somebody to get some kind of hearing, to get some kind of, okay, what are we doing here? Have we actually seen any live photos of Brittany? Do we even know the woman's still alive?
Man, she got to be still alive. From what I'm hearing, there was a phone call that was supposed to be made between her and her significant other.
Never happened though, right?
It never happened. The phone call never happened on their anniversary, her significant other and her. So it's weird. This situation is weird. It's scary. And at the end of the day, like, Brittany is an American, and we really just want her home. You know, I can imagine how her parents are feeling, her significant other, her teammates, her friends, her family.
Right.
Man, when she got detained in February, I didn't think we would be here.
Right.
June 22nd.
Still.
Going into July at this point, and she's still in Russia detained.
Right.
We don't know what she eating.
Right.
We don't know if she's eating. We don't know what she looks like. Like you said, I don't know if we've seen a recent photo of her.
Yeah.
It's really scary because it's like, what if it was me in that situation? You know, like, I'm trying to put myself in her shoes, and to be in a foreign country, locked up in their jail system.
Yep.
I mean, man, you know, so we're just going to keep bringing awareness to that.
Yeah.
Bring BG home.
Please.
She deserves to be home, man.
Yes.
Like we said last show, you know, if it's that serious, release her, let her come home, and then take it to trial.
Yep.
Or something.
Yep.
Because at this point, it's getting ridiculous.
It is.
That being said, this was episode 2.
Episode 2.
Again, we appreciate, man, all the feedback. We appreciate all the listens, all the likes, all the comments.
Yeah.
We definitely appreciate all of that.
And we're going to keep going up for you. Stay tuned. Episode 2. It's been fun. Again, I am Little Lyse.
And it's your girl, Velz, a.k.a. Velly Vel, if that's what you want to call me.
And we are Locked in Sports,
Locked in Sports, baby. Let's go.
Hey!